Hey guys, Big Red 310 is here again with my Turning Point review. Honestly, this is by far the best mainstream wrestling pay-per-view I have seen this year, man. This was great. And it's not just for the last two matches. I did enjoy the show before that. I really love this pay-per-view. And I'm going to give this an 8.75. Great pay-per-view. But let's get to the card. We start off with Homicide versus Amazing Red. This match was a lot of fun. 3.25 stars. You know, fast-paced, start to finish. I love the finish. I really did. Only gripe with the match is there was a spot where Amazing Red was on top. He was going to do a moonsault. And Homicide was supposed to get up and catch him in the head and give him a gringo cutter. But Homicide barely moved from the floor and barely stretched out his arm, so it looked really bad. It didn't even look like that he grabbed Red's head. Red hit the floor. Red oversold. It was still fun, really fun. Don West was getting, "Let's go, Red. He's amazing," chants. And I'm glad that this match opened the show. It was the best possible opener they could have had to open the show. Very, very, very fun match. 3.25 stars. I really enjoyed it. Next, we get to the 6-man women's match. Okay, what did we expect? I'm going to give this 2.25 though. It was better than every other shitty women's match this year. Like one of those crap TNA women's matches on pay-per-view. Like last month, I thought it was better than the beautiful people Sarita and Taylor Wilde. I thought it was better than, I won't say ODB Terracom, but I thought it was better than Sarita and Taylor Wilde versus ODB, yada yada yada. Tara Angelina. I'm trying to remember the Hurt Justice one. Oh, the ODB, Cody Dinero, beautiful people. ODB, Cody Dinero, better than all of them. So I'm going to give this 2.25. I thought it was decent. Yes, it was bad. But, okay, I won't say it was decent. It was bad. I can't really give this, I can't really give this 2.25. I can't. Because after giving some Chikara matches last night, 2.25, this seems much, much worse. So I'm going to stick with 2 star and 3/4. Okay, it wasn't that good. I'll admit it wasn't that good, but it was sure as hell a lot better than some of the crap Divas matches, knockouts matches we've seen on TNA pay-per-views. Okay, next we get to Beer Money versus the Guns versus British Invasion. I thought this was fun. You know, 3 stars. It was given enough time. Did not like the ending. I did not like how the Guns were not involved in the ending at all. Yes, I'm sorry. The Guns did not win the tag titles. The Guns, not only were they not, they didn't win, they were not involved with the ending at all. Literally, Beer Money and Eric Young pulls down Robert Roode from their apron. Kevin Nash comes out, takes Eric Young's belt, hits Robert Roode with the belt. James Storm's going for a tag, or he hit James Storm with the belt, I think, and Robert Roode was going for the tag. It could be the other way around. And then the British Invasion just double teamed on whoever member of Beer Money was left, and they pinned them. The Guns were not anywhere. I couldn't find them outside the ring, wherever, at the end of the match. And then Nash gets on the mic and said, Hogan told me to do it. I'll explain more on Impact. What? What? Hogan told me to do it? I'll explain it on Impact? What? Listen to Tara Kong. Best women's match this year by far, and I would say TNA's best women's match of all time. Now, I always thought the Gail Kong matches were overrated. I thought their Turning Point one, I thought their Turning Point match was only 2.75, 3. I thought their Final Resolution one was 3.25, but I thought this was better. But I thought the Street Fight was 3.5, so I'm gonna give it to the Street Fight as to the better one. But this is still epic, and this only got 8 minutes. But there was great storytelling in here. You actually had storytelling. You actually had, in the beginning match, you had Kong work over Tara's arm, even though they didn't do much with it. But they only had 8 minutes. That's why I'm saying they didn't do much. The ending I didn't like too much when she jumped off the cage on top of Kong. I thought it could have been, it just didn't look good. I thought if she went for a crossbody instead of like a Thesz press, it would have been better. But it was a very fun match. And for an 8-minute women's knockout cage match, this was great. This was 3.25 stars. Very, 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 very good women's match. Let's get to the 6-man tag. This is where the bad part of the pay-per-view comes in. This was given way too much time. This was given 17 minutes, I think, which is crazy. This match did not need 17 minutes at all. I'm going to give this 2.5, 2.75, something like that. It dragged a lot. The ending got really good, and the opening was pretty good, but not really the middle, kind of the beginning middle. Like, there was like a good 6 minutes in this match where I was just bored to tears. But the last like 5 minutes were really good, so I'm not going to completely crap on this match. It was decent. 2.5. 2 3/4, something like that. And I didn't really like how it ended either. I thought the ending was bad. Basically, Hernandez has Rhino for a board toss, referee's back's turn. Dion hits Hernandez with a chair. Rhino gores Hernandez. I understand Rhino and Team 3D winning. You know, you don't want to keep the young guys over. But here's the thing. TNA, you did this storyline in 2007! You did! With the whole Team 3D versus the X Division thing. This is pretty much the same thing. So, why does this... just go in a different direction with the storyline than what you did with that one, and I'll be happy. Alright, next we get to the worst match of the night. Bobby Lashley versus Scott Steiner. They made this match street fight. No DQ, falls count anywhere. They didn't make the 6-man tag match falls count anywhere and no DQ, but they did this one. This match was crap. Horrible, 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 horrible shit. It was sloppy in the beginning. Then they went to the back. The camera cut. You didn't see the camera for a good minute. The camera was not around the ring. You couldn't see Bobby Lashley and Steiner because they were in the back. And the camera goes back to Lashley and Steiner, and Steiner's bleeding. They did a crappy table spot where Lashley suplexed Steiner through the table. The table barely broke, and I mean barely broke. They brought a little more to the outside where Steiner grabs a pipe off the entrance ramp and hits Bobby Lashley over it. And Bobby Lashley can like see it coming. He's like, ugh! Shit match. Star and a quarter. I really hated it. I really, really did. Worse than the women's match. This really hurt the pay-per-view. If this match was 2 1/4, and this match should have been 5 minutes. Like I complained yesterday, this morning, how a lot of the Chikara matches were not longer. This match definitely should not have been 12 minutes. This match should have been a lot shorter. This should have been 5 minutes, and I would have been happy. But you know what? Fuck it. This match ruins the show for me from getting a 9. Anyways, the show was like pretty good so far. There's one match that I hate, one match I thought was decent, one I thought was okay, 3 I thought were good. But then the main events are what makes this show. Okay, Nigel McGuinness versus Kurt Angle. Yes, I'm saying Nigel McGuinness. Fine, I'll put this one in the description box so TNA Marks won't go after me. This was awesome. This was amazing. 4.5 stars, man. I really enjoyed it that much. It exceeded my expectations because I thought TNA would fuck this up. I really did. But they didn't. This was a great, great, great match. I really don't have any complaints about this match at all. I thought it served its purpose. They went out. They did everything I thought they would. And this would be 4 1/4, to be honest. I think everyone on Skype and myself agreed with 4 1/4. But to get the crowd, like C-Dude told me, and yes, I'm mentioning his name a lot. Because I always try to prove him wrong, and I always don't do it. He did say that for a crowd to be interested into a technical wrestling match as there was into this one is a big, big deal. And it was impressive. It was pretty impressive. This was a great, great, great match. I really, really, really loved this match. 4.5 stars. And yes, TNA, you are welcome back to my top 10 match of the year. And this was not match of the night. The main event, Joe Styles and AJ. Our expectations were low, actually. I thought everyone's expectations were low. I thought the standard was too high, that they just could not top it. It was sad. I mean, they had a lot of time. Wolfe ended at 10:10. The pay-per-view ended at 10:50. So they had around 40 minutes, plus intros, you think 30 minutes, but somehow that got cut down to 23, and the first match was 24. Now, this was not an all-out spot fest, and I'm so glad that it was not an all-out spot fest, because if it was, we'd just be seeing the same thing. I don't want to see the same thing. We saw something different. We saw good wrestling in this match. Wrestling. Nice spots, but not like over-the-top crazy spots. And were there double-team spots? Plenty. Plenty. This was an awesome match, and I think I might have liked this more than the McGuinness Angle match. I guarantee you all the Sky Talkers are probably going to say McGuinness Angle was better. I'm just saying that. But I could be wrong with that. Maybe that's too harsh of me. But, well, because some of the C-Dude told me that he thought that match was just as good as Bryan Danielson versus Nigel McGuinness at Glory Bound on 8. Just as good as Bryan Danielson versus Nigel McGuinness at Rising Above. That says a lot. But I thought this match was epic. I thought this match was amazing. I know, yes, I do agree. Some people might like the other match better, but I really think you can't compare the matches. They're two different styles. One was a great technical wrestling match with some good UFC moves. This was fun. This was more of a grappling, double team type mace match. There was a lot of story in here with the AJ and Daniels feud. And thank God, I think they're going to continue the AJ Daniels feud. Daniels hits the BME on Joe. Then AJ hits the 450 on Daniels while Daniels was pinning Joe and AJ pinned Joe. And at the end of the pay-per-view, Daniels was pissed at AJ that AJ, ruined his chances. So we might get AJ and Daniels next month, which is going to be awesome. 4.5 stars. Some people on Skype are giving this 4 3/4. I'm going to have to rewatch it. While this video is uploading, I'm going to be rewatching that match and see if it really is 4 3/4. But it could be 4 3/4, it could be 4.5. Awesome match. And also, I noticed this, when the pay-per-view went off the air, for like a good 10 seconds, all they did was have the crowd chanting, AJ! No picture. You could just hear the crowd chanting, AJ! 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 for 10 seconds. And I'm like, what? Did they forget to turn it off, or was that intentional? I don't know, but this was an awesome pay-per-view. 8.75 out of 10. The last two matches are alone worth the buy. Great show. I'm Big Red 310. I'm out, guys.